UT8000 is pretty much a good example of why LG has become such an established TV brand. For starters, this is entry-level 4K LED TV and it also offers full functionality of modern smart TVs. Basically, it uses the same menu and apps like the best OLED LG TVs. The biggest difference is in the brightness and in colors. In this review, we are going to closely check out the speed and performance of LG UT8, and it also applies to the 43, 55 and bigger 65-inch screen sizes. We have triple check, and this year UT8 is coming with all new screen and system, so in theory we should see the difference easily, unless LG arrange a big surprise. Here is the LG eco-friendly box. From outside it doesn't look that anything has changed compared to the boxes in the last few years, except for the text and fonts, of course. Let's open the box. As expected from LG, is well protected with high quality styrofoam. Inside we have parts of stand and massive package of accessories. So here are some papers, remote control, batteries, and of course a lot of nice manuals to set up this thing correctly, or if you want to be brutal like Wolverine. The first thing that strikes you about the UT8000 is its bezels, which somehow looks thinner everywhere except on the bottom. Maybe it isn't glamorous and futuristic looking like OLED or QLED TVs, but on the other hand it has more space for cooling and for bigger speakers. As you might expect, the stand is made from plastic, but these legs are quite sturdy and the actual finish feels premium. Looking from the side, it has average thickness, and on the back we have standard wall mount and inputs. The LG UT8 has all basic inputs, so we have 3 HDMI and 2 USB inputs on the left, while power input is on the right side. Looking from the left side, we have 2 HDMI and USB DVB card reader, while on the back we have optical HDMI and another USB port. There is also support for advanced gaming settings with a low input lag. More on that in the gaming part of the review. If you don't like cables, you can use screen mirroring, and there is also support for super fast wireless connection with multiple speakers and soundbars. If you still want to connect good old analog devices, get a HDMI to analog converter. The UT80 ships with unusually powerful remote control, complete with a lot of buttons in times when many companies try to hide profit behind eco-minimalism. LG's remote has everything from numbers, voice control to shortcuts for apps and different settings. I like the ergonomic design and special button for favorite apps. If you like to browse on TV, you will never need a mouse because this remote has integrated scroll wheel and motion cursor control. It simply gets that job done when on other TVs you are just getting started. Maybe it could be slightly thinner and have a rechargeable battery, but otherwise it's still one of my favorite remotes. Recently, LG has redesigned its WebOS Smart TV system. Though setup still looks familiar, it's fairly simple and you don't get bothered with too many questions, from language, country to Wi-Fi and app settings. Once you're done, you're thrown in the new home menu. It is more accomplished than many expected, so you can argue with its design from installed apps on the top to recommendations below and quick settings in the left corner. You can easily customize rows and apps. I think it's slightly faster than last year's version, but once you enter the settings there is still a good old LG menu layout and behavior, so you will quickly find everything, especially if this is not your first LG TV. System overall is easy to navigate, but sometimes it can become lazy if you don't have a fast Wi-Fi connection. Now let's take a closer look at the best Smart TV apps. Netflix runs smoothly and supports 4K HDR content you select.
What do you
The YouTube app runs without any lag and all options are easily accessible.
Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day here in Beverly Hills.
The LG USB player supports the latest X265 and X264 formats with subtitles, and you can easily change some settings if necessary. In general, it's still one of the best TV USB players on the market. The LG UT8000 is equipped with direct LED screen, meaning that the viewing angles before pictures start to change colors are much wider than usual with VA panels. As usually they have standard color gamut, so color accuracy is average, but it still looks amazing if this is your first 4K TV. For everybody else, I would recommend the QNET or Nano series, which have 20% more colors. In terms of picture uniformity, the screen looks decent and without distractible clouding or bleeding, though in the white and grey picture test there are still visible slight deviations, but this is expected at the budget 4K TV class. On the other hand, motion picture processing is very good and slightly better than on a lot of similar price TVs. Of course, it doesn't have 120 Hz, but processing is comparable with older 240 Hz in some cases. The LG hasn't made dramatic HDR brightness claims for UT8 series, and its peak brightness is around 380 nits. This is more than enough power for good HDR picture performance in dimly lit room and still 25% better in average than some entry-level 4K TVs from Hisense or TCL. We have no problems with DVB tuner performance either, and even with non-HD channels the picture, while softer and not as defined, still remains clear and without excessive noise. The LG delivers nice overall picture in direct comparison with Samsung, while it still has average black uniformity, so you don't quite get the OLED contrast magnificence. Of course, this can be improved if you activate Expert Picture Mode, and LG offers its usual pack of picture adjustments with Vivid, Standard, Echo and Cinema Picture Profile, which you can easily customize it according to your needs. If you like to play games, LG has very special menu just for gamers, so you can easily adjust everything. When you connect a PlayStation, TV works best if it's set in Standard Game Picture Mode, which can achieve impressive low input lag, around 11 milliseconds, depending if you are playing in 4K or 2K resolution. You can also install games directly on the TV from LG App Gallery. They look straight from the 80s and 90s, so if you're a retro gamer you will love it. The built-in web browser is easy to use thanks to a simple navigation and remote control. The browser interface has had a few minor tweaks in last updates, otherwise it's very similar to the browser on the phone. I think LG's browser is one of the smartest so far, and it's much easier to use with a Magic Remote in comparison with other TVs. The LG's combination of laser pointer and mouse wheel simplifying the browsing, while typing using on-screen keyboard is still a known challenge. It's a lot easier with a wireless keyboard or voice.
Play official video.
These are the results from official video.
As it turns out, the sound quality on this TV, thanks to its thick profile, is very good. 20-watt built-in speakers have a good mid-range sound, and bass is also noticeable. This TV has impressive mid-bass power in comparison with thinner edge LED TVs, and it has above average low bass pulse. There are many options and sound profiles to adjust for the best sound experience. So if you don't want to connect any external speakers, it really has a big advantage over many TVs. The LG UT8000 is one of the TVs which manage to be sleepy where it counts. It offers up of plenty of smart TV experience, and it has the same 4K screen resolution like more expensive QNET or QLED 4K TVs. In general, I like the LG's WebOS interface. Its motion handling colors are all above expected, and it has a powerful remote. So what are the trade-offs? Well, it doesn't have the thinnest design and contrast is still average, but the truth is that the difference is not colossal, and it's mostly visible when you compare it to much more expensive mini or OLED TVs. What's more important, most cheaper competitors either don't offer the same picture processing number of apps or don't get as bright. LG UT8000 deserves my recommendation, especially if you don't care about thinness bezels and you just want fast and bright smart 4K TV for affordable price. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be spending probably next couple of weeks testing more this TV, so if you have any question, feel free to leave comment below. If you are interested to find out more, check out TechWatcher UT8000 WebOS test and comparison videos.